Hi and welcome to another episode of Apex Race. In this episode I would like to show you this brand new Golf Mark 8. As always, I will show you a little bit of the exterior of the car, then we will check out the interior and then we will go for a quick test drive. Have fun! I think that the biggest change in the new Golf Mark 8 are the lights and these edgy lines. I think the old Mark 7, the headlight was only that part until here, and now we have like this thin line which is going further like a eyeliner, and I think that's the most recognizable feature on the Mark 8 to the difference to the 7. Also with the edge on the hood, like the two edges on the hood. Also the back changed a little bit. I mean, the lights are like quite similar, but the shape changed. It's more edgy with this edge here, but in the shape I think there are no big differences. So in overall outside design, the Mark 8 didn't change so much to the Mark 7. I mean, still it's a Golf.
The 2-liter diesel engine which is placed in the Golf 8 produces 110 kilowatts. That means 150 horsepower and 360 Newton meters. The pollution class is the Euro 6D. Of course, it's turbocharged and has 4 valves per cylinder. The average fuel consumption is 3.9 liters on 100 kilometers. The 2-liter engine produces 100 gram on 1 kilometer of CO2 pollution. The gas tank is 50 liters big and the AdBlue tank is 12 liters big.
So I would say let's check out the interior of the Mark 8, and I think that is like a huge difference to the Mark 7. I mean, outside no big differences, but like inside for me it's a totally new car. My first impression, like getting into the car, I thought the future is now. Super spacey, super futuristic, this 2 huge screens and this edgy design here on the left side where you can regulate the lights. It's looking like Star Wars or like another science fiction movies. 20 years ago, such cars were like concept cars, and now with the Golf Mark 8, that is the present. That seats are normal fabric, nothing special. Also that parts here are like from plastic, the doors, the door cards and also the dashboard, but it's like a softer plastic, a little bit like rubber. What I think it's really funny, you have like in the front everything is like new, but on the sides the power windows and the power mirrors are looking like VW 20 years ago. I think the whole Volkswagen group are using the same buttons. So that's a little bit of a minus. But okay, let's start from the left. Fabric on the armrest, it could be a little bit more cushioned. Then we have like a storage department down below. Then of course our power windows, power mirrors, they are heated also. Very nice aluminum, like I think that's actually plastic, but I like this aluminum touch. Then the door opener also, that looks really aluminum, and then open and close. And now all over the dashboard like this edgy design which already Audi showed with this aluminum trim, and then this black plastic. On the left side, as I mentioned, this super futuristic for me, the steering of the lights. We have only buttons now. Then air ventilation. Then this screen, everything is now digital, no gauges. I will show you that later because I think that's a really nice, cool feature. For me already it was a little bit complicated and you're getting lost. You need a little bit of time to know that. Then we have our 3/4 spoke wheel. The wheel itself, I think it should be leather, but it's nice big, but it's hard. So it could be a little bit softer. On the left side, we have the cruise control, then also volume regulation for the multimedia system, and then like assistance, parking assistant, like lane assistant and all the stuff. On the left, we have a lever for the lights, normal stuff. On the right, we have like this whole multimedia concept system, also to steer the monitor, the display in the front, and also that wheel is heated. On the right, we have our regulation for the wipers. In the middle, we have this big screen, which is like really steering everything. I never saw so less keys, a few keys really. I think in the 90s everything was loaded with keys, and now we have no buttons at all. So really crazy change of design. Everything is like now in this display. We have just on and off touch pad. I mean, it's not even a button. Then we have 2 climate zone control. We can push these buttons or we can push the display. And then we have also a steering for the volume. First of all, I was thinking, okay, the only key for the volumes are in the wheel, but we have that here also, so the passenger can also steer the volume. Then we have like another touch display field, only one button, that's for the hazard lights, and the others are like fields. We can steer the climate with just like one button. We can activate and deactivate it, and then we can also activate the assistance. And then we have like a menu with a P. Actually, I don't know what that is doing. I didn't saw any changes, so maybe somebody of you can explain me that. Please leave me some comments. Then we have 2 USB-C ports, no other ports, and also we have a charging field down below for new mobile phones. You can lay that down and they are charging automatically. And then we have this, in my opinion, very nice looking thing for steering, changing gears and the park brake. So electric park brake, automatic function, and then we have this really tiny cute lever for the gears, and I think that's totally enough. I don't know why in the past we had like this big chunky things and you were like doing that. I mean, this small button, its lever is like completely enough. Drive, we have neutral, and then we have reverse, and for parking we just hit a button. And that's it. And then we have the start-stop engine button, not round, but in a square format. First time I see something like that. I like the design of that. We have much space. We can grab to our mobile phone here without nothing in between, like this big lever. Then we have small storage department here, one ashtray, but we can remove it, so nice feature. Actually, we have like still a cigarette lighter here. And then where the ashtray is also a cup holder. You drink coffee or you're smoking, so you cannot have both. In the middle we have like also storage department. It's quite deep. We can also move it in the front. So really nice. I like that a lot, this futuristic design. Then we have our glove box. I mean, it's not super huge, also without any pen holders or stuff like that. And then we have our sun visors with mirrors for the passenger and for the driver, and also lights. And then in the middle we have also a little bit kind of futuristic thing, 2 LED lamps for each side. So that is giving a nice bright white light. So that was the front of the Golf Mark VIII. That's a big step into the future. So the future is now. Let's check the back seats of the Golf Mark VIII. So in the back seats, not really much things change. I think that's quite standard. I have to say it's quite comfortable in the back seats. I mean, we have this fabric. I have enough headspace also with my cap here, and then I have also enough space for my knees. It's not super comfortable, but I think it's still well enough. Like from the convenience level, I think there is no big things. I mean, we have our electric power windows, we have 2 USB-C ports for charging our mobile phones, and we have some air ventilation, but no climate control. I mean, this is not the richest version. Nice thing I like is always to have a armrest, and we have 2 cup holders. And a nice other feature is then if we have longer things like, you know, skis or like a board or whatever, we can flip that back, and then we have some access to the trunk. We're just flipping the emblem and then we can open that. To be honest, I see no difference to the Mark VII. We have like this storage down there where should be like the spare tire. We don't have any spare tire. We even have like this little levers to hold it upwards. And yeah, besides that, when we have like hooks and a 12-volt access, like a port to charge things. Besides of that, nothing really changed. I will check the specs to the Mark VII, but I think it's the same. Of course, we can flip the back seats to have more storage. Let's check out the main screen. There are so much like nice little things you can explore in this car. There's like a field here and I don't have to really touch it at all. So we have like a split screen with navigation, the radio, then we have like the board computer, the average consumption and stuff like that, infos, and I mean all the graphics that are loading, and I mean you can, that's like crazy. I mean, let's go and put the ignition on, and then you know you can check out the tires. Then you can the headlights. So there are so many options. The comfort lights, how many seconds were there on, and the mirrors. This is so much of like customization in this car. That's really crazy. The menu for parking, you're just turning the sensors on and off. So we don't have a backwards camera here, but of course there are systems with a backwards camera. There's like this tireness assistant, and then you click on that and then you can deactivate that. Crazy. I mean, you're just putting, it's like everywhere is like a layer. It's so obvious. There are no instructions / symbols. And you know, I mean, okay, do you think about speed limit? And then you can just click on the symbol and then activate or deactivate it. Yeah, so really crazy stuff. You can take hours to play around with that. It's super fast, it's responsive. The navigation, also the map, you see it's so sharp. So you see how it's so fast, you don't even catch that it's zooming so fast in. So that is like really crazy. I mean, no, I never saw such a fast system on navigation, which is like zooming so fast in. Then I would say let's check out the main display for the driver. We have like two screens, or like one big screen, but it's like divided in two screens we can actually steer. I mean, on the left you see the speedometer, and then like the gear selection that we can of course steer with the gear lever. We can steer the middle, like the date, the road signs, the actual speed, and a board computer. You can see 5.7 liters per 100 kilometer. That is like fine. We can adjust the speedometer and which information we would like to see in the middle part. So now we have like operating temperature, coolant and oil, which is really nice. And then, but of course we can check out the fuel gauge, the navigation, but also like speed. Totally different views. This is like the navigation view. Then this is like cruise control. Then of course like assistance. That's really crazy. You have so much information, and I think that's maybe even too much. Normally you will just set one thing up and then use it for all the time. So yes, I would say enough talking. Let's go for a test drive with the Mark VIII. Hit the start engine button and then select the lever to D. Also we have a sport mode, which is like, yeah, you know, revving higher gears. We have here a diesel engine with 2-liter with 150 HP. And I mean, you hear the engine noise, it's a diesel, so that's it. It's not super, you know, silent. The suspension is comfortable, but also a little bit stiff. So I think you can do really nice driving with that, but also it's softening up the whole surface if it's not even. So I think that's a really good suspension. The steering also very precise, direct. The braking also quite good for the size of the car. Actually, what I didn't find out is the whole mileage of the car. I didn't saw anywhere the mileage of a car. So maybe there is like a hidden function where I can see the mileage of the car. Also, like if I would like to measure a trip myself and not through the system, and maybe I have to read the manual. In D mode and like in normal, it's a little bit slower. You see it's more on saving fuel, and the throttle response is not so direct. That's okay. It's like for daily driving use, that's totally fine. Then we can go to like the sport mode, and we have the pedals like on the side, and we can shift ourselves and have more sportiness. So let's check that out. I will shift down. Oh yeah, we have some acceleration here, and it's like, you know, this double clutch gearboxes. You don't feel any like lack of power when you're switching the gears. It's like, I mean, we are like too fast, not road legal anymore. And I mean, it's fun. It's like emotional fun. I mean, we have 150 HP here. We have 7 double clutch gearbox here, and then we can also taking the corners. It's so much fun. I mean, it's a Golf, but it's a diesel, but it makes really fun. I mean that honest. It's really nice. Okay, the brakes could be a little bit better, but like the acceleration, wow. And then just shifting is like instant with the pedals. So that makes really fun. I mean, I would never thought about that, but like a diesel Golf is making so much fun. I mean, even more fun as the electric Golf, which I drove like a couple of days ago, but it was a Mark VII, but electric. Wow, I'm really nice surprised. I'm driving way too fast, but wow, that's an amazing experience, really. Yeah, with that smile on my face, I would say, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the little review of the Golf Mark VIII. If you would like to see some really high-speed action, or like a POV video of me without any talking, just pure driving of the Golf Mark VIII, check out the info. So if you enjoyed it, please let me a thumbs up there. And yeah, if you would like to see more videos about our cars reviews, then consider to subscribe to my channel, and I hope we see us in the next video. So stay safe, stay healthy, and have fun. See you next time. Bye.